Hi everybody, so we've got this guy Johnny FD and there's another one Bold and Bankrupt, and these two guys are quite well-known vloggers. I mean, this Bold and Bankrupt guy has over 1 million subscribers. This Johnny FD has about 225,000 subscribers. Kind of irrelevant, but yeah, they are quite big YouTubers. They do vloggers. I mean, I've watched a few of their vlogs in the past where they travel around and do stuff, but what I've come to the realization of this is the fact that I think they've been deliberately made to stay behind in Ukraine. They just both happen to be in Ukraine. I mean, this guy lives in Ukraine, I mean, now, but right timing, of course, Bold and Bankrupt to be in Ukraine when it all kicks off, because I think they were there to film the chaos. So whenever they come into contact with chaos, filming the chaos in Kiev, basically leaving Kiev and getting out, and they're showing their journey off. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and I'm not saying that, they're using it for propaganda and they're controlled. But what I am saying is it is a possibility, because when you had at the start of the CV narrative that went on for 2 years, right at the start, you had people filming the hospitals in China, these Chinese people. You had these people that lived in China and then were filming what was going on, and they were saying there were people dropping in the streets and stuff like that, and they're scaring people around the world, all over the world. And there was these people that lived in China and had YouTube accounts, and they were filming what was going on, showing people dropping in the streets, and it wasn't the case at all. It was a complete lie. And those people were there to bust the propaganda because they are in the club. Serpenza, I can't remember his name, is this guy who goes around China talking about Chinese propaganda, but he never talks about Western propaganda. But it's the same as this. It's a very similar setup. You've got these people talking on the news and saying the state in Ukraine. You've got this Ukrainian woman saying she's hearing bombs going off all the time. There's explosions everywhere. There's sirens. When really, you've got other people saying that there's nothing like that at all. It's not the case. It's just the media are making it out like there's chaos in Ukraine when there isn't, to try and scare people. Is this to bring out the next event? Show us what's going on, get us prepared and scared. But then maybe in the next 2 years, if they do announce a third world war, we'll realise 2 years down the line that it's a scam and it's just another staged event to scare us. I think that's what it could be, because it's insane. I mean, this is another guy. So they're just filming. What I find weird as well is at the start, this Johnny FD guy, he showed what it was like in Ukraine, and he said that the only people that were in Kiev were the news reporters, him and Bold and Bankrupt, which is this guy here. So they were the only two main guys in Kiev in the centre. But then a few days later, it showed that there were more people out in the streets, and then there were just people walking around doing their everyday lives. You saw news reporters walking around, you saw people in the background walking around doing their normal everyday lives, and you're thinking, what's going on? You've got two sides of the story here. You've got a lot of people saying that it's chaos, they're hearing bombs and explosions and everything, they're seeing missiles, they're hearing sirens, and you've got other people saying that there's nothing. I mean, it could be different types of locations. Ukraine's a big country. However, you've got people in Kiev that's saying it's nothing like this at all. The media's just hyping it to scare people. I think that's what they do, guys. I think that's exactly what they do. Now, I'm not saying these two people are trying to push the propaganda, because, they're probably not. They're probably just actually trying to leave Ukraine, because they generally believe that there's a war coming there, and, they want to get out. But you follow this guy's storyline. It's like a movie in itself, really. It's like he's created his own narrative. It's interesting. Alright, guys, so I'm going to show you this. This video is hilarious. Completely staged. Random. Just, yeah, let's just watch it. It's funny as fuck. So, Ukraine invasion. The Brits willing to risk their lives to join to fight against Russia.
Hello, yeah, we've come to join the Ukrainian army or whatever.
So you've got a camera here, right on cue. You've got some flowers in the background. I don't know what this is here. It's probably something. And you've got the white jacket and the white buildings merging together nicely. Yeah, just right on cue, the camera's there, right as he's saying this.
What are they called?
So let's give it a watch again.
Yeah, we've come to join the Ukrainian army or whatever they're called.
yeah, we've come to join the Ukrainian army or whatever they're called. So he doesn't even know the name of them. Doesn't even know what he's joining.
The Foreign Legion, yeah? Thank you. Yeah.
And what are these idiots doing here? What's this guy doing in a mask? Because he wanted to fight for the Ukrainian army as well?
What nationality are you?
British.
What nationality are
What's
you?
made you want to come here?
They look like they need help.
They look like they need help.
Young, strong, fit men.
We need young, strong, fit men like
Do you
us.
have any military expertise?
Absolutely none at all, no.
Email.
So now we've got the camera right on cue again. We've got a microphone here.
None at all, no.
Let's give it a watch.
Email.
Email.
This address.
Yeah.
And he contacted with you and said what you must do.
Okay. Now he's given us these details, which we're now going to ring. And somehow they're going to tell us what we need to do from here.
Right, okay, yeah. So give you some details and somehow they're going to tell us what to do, but you don't even know what the fuck you're joining. Of course.
Why have you decided to come down here today?
Well, trying to make a difference. Seen on the news, innocent people.
You've seen on the scrying mirror, the black mirror that broadcasts spells and changes people's behaviour and puts people under mass psychosis spells to make people believe in things that aren't actually real. Yeah, so you watch that.
Seen on the news, innocent people losing their lives.
You know, how much of it's made up though, mate?
Are you prepared to lose your life?
I think so, yes.
Oh, really? So you're prepared to go and lose your life for some country that you probably never even heard of? Because some of these idiots, you know, they don't know. They can't point countries on a map. Some country you've never even heard of. You don't even know anyone lives there, but you're willing to lose your life. You know, and you've got your families and loved ones around if you've got any, and you know you're prepared to go over there to fight and lose your life for some people that you don't even know. In reality, no, I just don't see how that happening.
Yes.
I used to be in the TA. I've also got a lot of first aid training. So decided to come and do something.
And you're prepared to go to Ukraine and fight?
Yeah, I can get on a flight tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Asking how old are you?
I'm 60, which means I'm just about within the age range they'll accept.
Right, okay, so he's a 60-year-old man. I don't know what the fuck he's got a face muzzle on for. What's all this about? Outside, no one in the UK is wearing these anymore, so I don't know why he's wearing one of these, what they're pushing. But I think it's all a setup. I really do. I think they get these actors, or even just people, to say some lines, and they get paid for it, and they get paid enough for them to tell them to shut up, don't mention it. We saw it last year with a woman that said her brother died because she had the CV jab, but she'd also told people to get it anyway while she was smiling and laughing. It's just these news channels are such a joke these days. The people that get on there. Now, so we've got this Ukrainian president who used to be an actor and a comedian, and played president in a Ukrainian movie before he actually came a president. Yeah, so he's an actor in himself. The other day we saw him in the streets, didn't we, saying he's fighting for his country, he's holding a cardboard gun or whatever, a fake gun. And even there was things going around that it was actually a photograph from last year. So, you know, they do like to put fucking fake photographs from years ago, don't they, and recycle the photographs, use them again, thinking people won't notice. But clearly we're not that stupid. So yeah, this guy's an acting clown in himself. He was on the streets a couple of years ago. I don't know where he is now. He's probably not even in Ukraine. This is probably somewhere like Tel Aviv, in Israel. I mean, he's a Jewish president after all, isn't he? So, you know.
Цим ранком ми захищаємо нашу державу наодинці. Як і вчора, найпотужніші сили світу спостерігають здалеку. Чи переконали Росії вчорашні санкції?
Have yesterday's sanctions persuaded Russia? We see in our skies and feel on the ground that they are not enough.
Ми чуємо у
So he's
своїх
pushing for what he wants. You know, he's definitely pushing for something bigger.
небі і бачимо
Clearly a Kaza, you know.
в цій землі, що цього недостатньо. Вважаємо граждані Російської
I mean, this is the photograph that was going around. This is the president of Ukraine, Zelensky. He took off his clothes and put military uniform to join the troops in fighting to protect Ukrainian homeland. So is he got a gun and is he going around shooting Russian shoulders? I really do doubt it. I really doubt it. It's a joke. He's an actor. He's playing his part. He's not going to be out on the streets of Ukraine fighting. What a load of crap. Honestly, I just don't believe it. I'm not convinced. You know, he's going around, he's got a camera, he's got like this, he's filming himself like he's holding his phone or something, and he's going around saying, look, we need help, blah, blah, blah. You know, we Ukrainians need to fight together and all this bollocks. It's like a movie. It's a big movie setup. He's an actor. You can clearly see here, look, it's like a, look at his face. He looks so phased, doesn't he? And with these building explosions going off, now, it's interesting how the TV tower explosion happened. Was it yesterday or the day before? And just happened to attack the TV tower by Russians apparently. But where are the planes? Where are the aeroplanes? And where's the missile? Because all I see is an explosion here. That's all I see. The camera only picks up the explosion. So me thinking it's a controlled explosion, a controlled demolition, controlled explosion. So they set up an area, corn off an area, do a big explosion and say it's a missile attack. They did it with 9/11, they can do it with this. They can do that a lot. They could do this all over the world. They could do this in the UK. Do loads of controlled explosions all over the UK and say, look, we're getting attacked by Russian missiles. The Russians are coming over in the skies and they're attacking our grounds, when really it's the British government that are setting up all these areas to do controlled explosions to make it out like we're getting attacked, when really it's just a controlled explosion. They can set up, they can put loads of sirens in loads of different towns and cities and put the sirens on and say, get everyone scared and feared, do the controlled explosions, and then you've got your staged war. So you know, that's something that it could be leading to. So, you know, and it could just play out like the CV scandal. I mean, it could go further. It could go to the point where, you know, they're actually dropping bombs on us all and killing us. But from at the moment, what I'm seeing, it seems it's a big Hollywood production that it's going to seem very real. So they're going to do loads of controlled explosions all over the place, and then set up loads of sirens, you know, build more sirens, towers, and, you know, set them off so they're going, and everyone's getting scared and fearful and they're running for their lives. Maybe they'll build shelters and they'll create the chaos, and then they can get the order out of chaos. They can give that a reason to put us in lockdown. They can do all sorts of stuff, say we can't leave the area. They can even say there's a big explosion, a dirty bomb that's gone off or something, and say it's radioactive. We're not allowed to leave our homes. We've got to stay in our homes for about a week or two. They could do all sorts of this stuff. I mean, they're even bringing out the biolab psyop now, out. They're saying there's biolabs in Ukraine and the Russians are trying to destroy them, and then it'll create the... You know what I mean? You can see where it's going. It could go. Because people buy into it. So you see the explosions, but you don't see the missiles coming down. I mean, where the explosion was as well, it was right in the centre of it, wasn't it? So why wasn't it at like the top or at the bottom? Why was it here? How did a missile come in and hit there? I mean, I suppose it could, but you just look where it is. It's where the explosion starts. It's kind of like there. I mean, I would thought it would have hit somewhere around about here or on top of a building, not here. It's like right in the middle. So if a missile was coming down, it would hit the building, or it would hit a bit higher up. It wouldn't hit here. So I'm calling this as a controlled explosion. Again, another one over there. I think they did another one over there because there was no plane. That was two different areas, look. So you had the tower explosion, and then straight behind it, in a minute, so you have that one. And then over there, you've got another explosion that's in a different area. You can see something going up over there, but there's no planes or anything. Where's the planes? There's no evidence of planes anywhere. What I find a bit funny as well, you see where it is, look where it is. It's just in a bit of a weird place for an explosion to go off, you know. What I find a bit weird is the news recently have been putting loads of old photographs or photographs from games showing explosions and planes going over, when really they're just from movies or games. This isn't the mainstream media doing this. And people are buying it. People are buying into it. It's crazy. So the next big event, are they going to stage the war like they staged the TV? We'll just have to wait and see. Alright guys, cheers.